Hello, my name is Patrick Harty. I'm a doctoral student at Texas Tech University, and I'm pleased to share a recent project with you investigating common ingredient profiles of energy drinks and energy shots. And this project was also completed in conjunction with Dr. Andrew Jagam and others who are affiliated with Mayo Clinic and other sites. When we consider the significance of this project, it's important to note that the consumption rates of energy drinks and energy products are quite high. These are popular products in the marketplace. And consumers often believe that these products would provide benefits such as better alertness, less fatigue, potentially improvements in cognitive performance, exercise performance, as well as some enhanced metabolic activity. And so unsurprisingly, we're going to see that a lot of consumers regularly consume energy drinks and potentially may even consume multiple in one sitting. Typically, energy drinks, energy shots, these products are going to contain things like caffeine, vitamins, amino acids, and herbal extracts. However, there really hasn't been a lot of direct investigation into the specific amounts of these ingredients or potentially the combinations of them. In addition, when we consider some of the we'll say potential negative side effects of energy drinks, energy shots, excessive consumption or consumption in individuals who may have underlying conditions could result in hemodynamic issues and potentially some cardiovascular complications. And so in light of kind of the significance of these products and the widespread use, the goal of this investigation was to examine the nutrition facts panels of both energy drinks and energy shots to characterize the typical ingredient profile for each of these product classes, which then allows us to better define what they are moving forward for both healthcare practitioners, consumers, researchers, etc. To achieve that goal, we took 75 commercially available products from a variety of commercial retail websites and basically characterized them as either an energy drink or an energy shot. To be an energy drink, it needed to be marketed as such. It needed to have kind of some of the potential marketing claims that we discussed earlier. It also had to be characterized as a food or beverage, not a dietary supplement. And so finally, it needed to be ready to drink and it needed to contain at least 3 of the following ingredients. Let's go ahead and get our pointer. So either caffeine, B vitamins, taurine, creatine, etc. Similarly, energy shots needed to be marketed as such. They needed to be sold not as a drink, but as a dietary supplement. That is typically how they are going to be packaged. And they needed to be a relatively small volume of beverage. When we talk about the actual prevalence of ingredients in these products, we can see that every single one, 100% of total prevalence, contain caffeine. As we go down the list in terms of prevalence within the products, we can see that B vitamins are very heavily represented, B6, B12, B5, niacin, which is vitamin B3. And when we look at some of these values, we see that caffeine was roughly right around 175 milligrams with a decent amount of variation. However, when we look at some of the B vitamins, such as B6 or B3, we can see quite a bit higher than the percent daily values. This is percent daily value. B6, we can see about 366% daily value, niacin over 100%. And of note, niacin in particular has some potential for liver toxicity when consumed in too high amounts. And so the upper limit for niacin is 35 milligrams per day. And surprisingly, some of these products actually contain more than that dose in one single serving. And that's not even considering the potential for individuals to consume 2 servings of a given product. So there's definitely some issues here. Our findings suggest that there's a high prevalence of caffeine and B vitamins in these energy products, which in and of itself is not an issue. But when consumed, let's say in excess or potentially in conjunction with other conditions, we may have some problems, particularly with niacin toxicity. There are some limitations of this investigation. So this was a descriptive analysis and we're limiting it to the US online market. Obviously in different countries, we're going to see some different ingredient profiles and products. And so future research in this area should investigate typical consumption habits of energy drinks and energy shots and potentially look at some long-term safety concerns with long-term supplementation. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your time. Much appreciated.